Hi folks, welcome back to our channel. I'm Joe Ferranti Gennaro.
And I'm Delina.
And we were talking about a little earlier that you went and watched a beam install yesterday.
Yep.
Tell me about that.
So yesterday we had to place a beam because it was a load-bearing wall. And I've never watched one being placed before. I would have thought it would have been a solid piece of wood, but it was actually these like 2x12s, I think, coming in. Very heavy.
So
solid.
they're LVLs. So they're man-made beams.
Mm-hmm.
And you said we put 2 or 3 of them together?
We did 4.
4 together. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you watched the LVLs being installed.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know what they're called. So then they had these brackets they put up on the wall first, and then they loaded each one in, like just like an envelope. Really, it was very
So
really
they hung a hanger on the wall,
Mm-hmm.
a block wall,
Mm-hmm.
and on the other end was a interior frame wall.
Correct.
And then they slid each individual LVL up into the bracket that's on the wall, and then a hanger, and then they set it on the wall, on the interior wall.
Yeah, and each time they would level it, and then they'd make sure it would go, and then put another board if they needed another, the wall that they were building it as they.
Yeah, and then they put another one beside it, so now you got 2 together.
Yeah.
And then you screw that off in a pattern, and then you put the 3rd and the 4th, so every time they're being screwed off in a pattern so that they all are combined and then become a beam.
Yeah.
Each LVL individually, when it's all screwed together, becomes a beam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so on a job like that, we're taking out a load-bearing wall, so halfway in between there was a wall there that was holding up the weight of the 2nd floor. Really.
Right.
And the customer wanted it to be open.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ways to do that is to span across, if possible, with an LVL beam.
And that was a pretty long span. I mean, it was long. I thought it was really.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
They
have to go out the window, bring it back in. It took
so
5 guys.
they carried it in.
And they're heavy.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine when you're in a house trying to get something in there that long. So it's usually you go through an open window, carry it in.
Yes.
And it was a little funny how you get unsteady when you get this beam up there.
We had 4 ladders.
4 ladders.
4 men. It was interesting.
But it's still heavy. Each one of those weighs 200 or 300 pounds a piece. Yeah. So that's a lot of weight up over top of your head.
Yeah, they said the guy in charge said you can have the 3rd story if you want. This is overkill. You are safe.
So what we do is we have an engineer that we hire and says this is the size beam I want you to put in, and they do a little drawing of it and they stamp it. So if you're looking to do a kitchen or bathroom remodel and you want to take out a wall, we come in, we look at it, we would assess whether the walls are bearing or not. If they are, we still probably could take them out. We just may have to put a beam back in to span that space.
At first I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna look so odd, but after they finished it, it looked like that, like it's supposed to be there. It worked. It looked nice. It looks good. I can't wait to see it framed in. Yeah,
it'll eventually be framed in and drywalled, and it should look like it was always there. That would be the goal for that.
So maybe we can show it on our Facebook or something, because I took videos of it yesterday.
Yeah, so we'll show the wall before and then the beam going in, and then if you guys want to stay tuned, you can watch and see how that kitchen comes together. Yeah. It was a really nice kitchen remodel. We're actually moving on that project the kitchen from one place over into the old breakfast stove.
Right, it's nice. It looks really good. It's nice open. They took I guess they had some the temporary walls up. They had some walls up yesterday to hold everything together, and they were able to take those down before I left. So it was
now open.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's a good point too. So we also put in shoring temporary walls when we take a bearing wall out, because usually you have to put the beam in right where that wall was and what's going to hold everything up in the meantime.
Right.
So we put up shoring, put in the beam, then take those out of there.
So it was a good day. I had fun.
All right, folks, for more tips like this and more information, go to tampakitchenandbath.com or visit any of our social media sites.
Goodbye.